Hey everyone, welcome to XCode, the very first XCode. I am Jay, obviously, and so today I wanted to make a video really quick for a few very special friends of mine. Really, it's for anybody, but it's going to be about breakpoints in XCode because breakpoints are a great and wonderful thing, and you need to be comfortable using them because it's going to help you. You know, I'm all about logging things to the console, but breakpoints a lot of times can make it so that you don't have to do that, and then you don't have to go back through your code and delete all of those or comment them out or whatever. And breakpoints can help you actually to look at several things all at one time. So I'm actually going to live troubleshoot for you because I'm having an issue with one of my applications, the Epic counter. And I'm going to show that to you right now. So what's happening is I can add a count to it, save it, and you'll notice the total count down here is 3. If I add another count, add more to it, save it, now we have 8, 5 and 3 is 8. Everything looks really good. Now I'm going to close it. Oh, didn't mean to close it entirely. Hold on. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay, let's try that again. Shift Command H. There we go. Now, if I do this, close it, now reopen it, notice it saved my 2 counts, but my current total is nothing. Now, if I add a new count, 3, my total count is -2. What the freaking crap is going on here? This stuff is very strange. And I actually saved over my previous count, but you get the point. It's not working out right. So in order for me to figure out what's going on with this, I'm going to take a look at my breakpoints. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to close this entirely, and then I'm going to come over here to Xcode, move that down, and in my view did load, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a breakpoint right above the line where my total count is being set, if I could find it. Give me just a second here. I'm being blind at the moment. What's going on here? There it is. Right in freaking front of me. I'm going to put it right on it actually. And what's going to happen is in my program, when I run it and it gets to this line of code, it is not going to execute it. Instead, it's going to stop and it's going to come back to it. So let's run and I'll show you. Okay, so you can see, let me get rid of that. You can see it started executing my program. I'm still on the splash screen because my view has not completely loaded. I'm still inside my view did load. So it's gotten up to this point and it has stopped because of my breakpoint. Now it has not executed total count equals 0 yet. So if I look down here at the bottom, it gives me all of my variables that are within the scope that I'm currently in. So everything that is in view did load should be able to be viewed down here. I have event list string, I have slide to delete, I have my NS user default called storage, myself, and my total count. And you'll notice my total count is equal to an unsigned integer of 0. So that means I must be setting that to 0 somewhere previous to this line, but what I can tell from that I'm not doing is I'm not setting it to load from memory. So that tells me what my problem is I need to have in here where total count is going to equal to the NS user default total count that I stored before I closed it down. Now, in order to navigate through a breakpoint, so let's say I want to execute total count equals the 0, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this step over line right here, and it's going to move to the next line. Now, nothing changed there because it's still setting it to a 0, but it's executing one line at a time. So for instance, event list string is equal to, basically nothing right now. When I step over it, you're going to see it change, and now all of a sudden we have something there. Now of course it's still nothing because I told it to equal nothing, but you can see that there's memory there, that there's something happened there. And so what I can do is I can keep stepping over each line, executing line by line, and watching how my program responds to it using these down here. And I can also hover my mouse over certain things. This part still gets me sometimes. You can hover your line over your cursor over certain variables, and it'll pop up with their value right on the screen. Now another thing I want to show you is, and I haven't written it in yet, is let's say I have a method, and I wrote a method up here called perform this method, and you know what, let's go ahead and change this total count to 3 just as a demonstration. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to call self perform this method right here. Okay, now I'm going to run the program again. We're going to stop at our breakpoint still, and you will see that total count is equal to 0. Now when I step over this line, it's going to change. Now total count is equal to 3. Now self-perform this method is that function right here that I wrote, which doesn't really do anything. I just added it for the video. Now if I hit step over, it's going to execute that, but you're not going to see it execute it. See, it just passed the line. Now what if I wanted to actually go into that method and watch it execute? Here's what you're going to do. Catch back up. Alright, we're going to step over total count. Now we're on this method. Now this, we don't want to step over it because that's going to execute it, but it's just going to move it along. What we actually want to do is this down arrow right here is step into. So I'm going to click step into. Now notice what it does. It jumps up to my perform this method. And from here, now I can step over, and it's going to return us when it's done back down to the bottom. So hopefully that makes sense for you guys. This is a great, amazing tool that you can use to troubleshoot your programs, to figure out what's going on, to get a lot more than what logging to the console can ever give you. So good luck, guys. Hope you all make great progress.